Raw athleticism alone will not secure the 2026 World Cup. The nations lifting the trophy this summer will be those that have mastered a completely new breed of fluid, highly calculated tactical systems. Compare this to international football from a decade ago. The pitch was dominated by rigid, highly choreographed positional play, where players stayed in fixed zones and passed hundreds of times to slowly tire out a defense. Static formations like the 4-3-3 are being replaced by a relationalism. Players abandon fixed zones, clustering to lure defenders. This fluidity is driven by a new 8-second limit on goalkeepers. Outfielders must sprint immediately, forcing a rapid, vertical attack. Rigid playbooks are obsolete. Winning the 2026 qualifiers required a shift away from fixed roles and toward constant mobility. You can see this change clearly in the Spanish national team. They have evolved their famous, patient passing game into an aggressive, direct pressing machine that aims to create high-quality chances in seconds. Lamine Yamal is a primary driver of this speed. His direct, confrontational runs force defensive blocks to collapse toward him, physically prying open the passing lanes that static possession used to take minutes to find. This diagram illustrates the trap. As Yamal pulls his marker wide, he stretches the defensive line, leaving wide-open avenues for inverted fullbacks to strike straight through the middle of the pitch. Germany has adopted a similarly ruthless approach. Under Julian Nagelsmann, they deploy a 4-2-3-1 shape that relentlessly presses opponents deep into their own half to force turnovers. Looking at this pitch map, notice the vertical channels between the flanks and the center circle. These are the half spaces, Germany's primary kill zones. By deploying Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz into both of these channels, Germany creates central overloads that make them nearly impossible to mark. Spain and Germany treat the ball as a tool for prying open the fastest route to the net. Maintaining control is secondary to the speed of the strike. Other national teams treat the tournament as a war of attrition. France relies heavily on the 5 substitute rule to maintain an unrelenting physical pace for a full 90 minutes. They often sit deep to absorb an opponent's pressure, waiting for the defensive lines to creep up the field before releasing their world-class sprinters. We can see the mechanic on the board. A single transition trigger, the moment possession is regained, sends a rapid forward bursting from a deep position to shatter the opposition's high line. The focal point of this transitional strike is Kylian Mbappé. Now the captain, he has evolved into a mature, tactical leader who orchestrates these precise, devastating counterattacks. Brazil is applying a similar structural discipline under Carlo Ancelotti. They have traded individual improvisation for highly coordinated collective movement. This organization forces opposing defenses to stretch, reliably isolating Vinicius Jr. in high-probability one-on-one scenarios where his explosive creativity can decide a match. For these heavyweights, the system exists to manufacture the exact window of space their superstars need to finish the game. But these aggressive, high-pressing systems carry a massive vulnerability. Pushing your defensive line up the pitch leaves huge tracts of undefended grass right in front of your own goalkeeper. That exact weakness makes the low block the ultimate weapon for underdogs like Japan and Ivory Coast. By retreating into a tight, compact defensive shell, these teams willingly invite pressure. They absorb the attack, strip the ball, and immediately punish the gaps left behind with highly disciplined counterstrikes. Those gaps will only grow wider due to the climate. The extreme heat projected for many North American host cities will severely punish teams that rely on high-intensity pressing. Combine the physical toll of the heat with the efficiency of the low block, and the path opens for a dark horse to reach the final by simply outlasting the giants. 2026 rewards teams that combine 20-mile-per-hour sprints with the technical intelligence to adjust mid-match. The winners will be those who refuse to stay static.